So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Mostert now to return. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 to score as they regroup with 1st and 10. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. That catch good for only a couple.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there, 1st down.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Hey, CD, let's peer ahead to Week 3 on the NFL slate. I'm looking down at the schedule here, seeing what catches my eye. How about the Rams at Buffalo? That's a pretty good game. A couple of 2-0 teams. Dallas at Seattle. What else do you have?
Well, how about Green Bay at New Orleans on Sunday night? We always talk about quarterback matchups that we'd love to see more of. You don't get to see very often Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees, and this could be the last time if Drew Brees indeed heads towards retirement after this season. And how about the one that's going to cap off the weekend? Kansas City at Baltimore.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, how big is that one, right? Because there are a number of us who think that this is a preview of the AFC Championship game. But I want to go back to one you mentioned, the Rams and Buffalo. 2 quarterbacks that continue to have to prove their greatness or even that they should have the job. Jared Goff with the Rams and of course, Josh Allen with Buffalo. Both of them off to really hot starts and looking good.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Results in a
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all. And I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Here we go on 4th down with Garoppolo. He rifles one that's intercepted. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
1st and 10.
Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
On 2nd down now, it's Johnson. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
Is 3rd down.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill. Watson
on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And this offense has converted twice already here in this first half on fourth down conversions. And here we go again. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson rolling to his right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Williams. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, CD, unfortunately some somber news across the league in Week 2 coming from New England Patriots running back James White because his parents were in a car crash and his father Tyrone, captain of the Miami-Dade Police Department, passed away in that accident, and his mother Lisa also sustained critical injuries. So it was obviously a tough one. James White did not play in the game on Sunday, but we did see the outpouring of support from around the National Football League and how this really is one big family.
Yeah, he was really embraced, as you mentioned, by the National Football League. We saw social posts from plenty of players around the league, including Tom Brady, former teammate of his with the New England Patriots. We saw an outpouring in terms of, other guys around the league. J.J. Watt, who played with him in college at Wisconsin. And not only that, how about his own teammates? Devin McCourty scored a touchdown against Seattle and ran up and told the camera, "Hey, 2-8, we're thinking about you. We love you." And the rest of the guys chimed in from there. And the Patriots organization offered to fly him home on the private jet. He stayed with his team, stayed in their embrace, and now he has to go and face the difficult task of saying goodbye to his dad and tending to his mom. But he's got plenty of support from around the league, from the Patriots, and, of course, his own family.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. On the handoff, this is Mostert. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Batting that one free defensively was Lonnie Johnson.
It's now 3rd down and less.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches.
They'll try and run here with Mostert.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Raheem Mostert in the final seconds of the first half. And the 49ers are back within a score. And that one makes it 14-7.
Makes the score Texans 14, 49ers 7. Robbie Gould to kick off for San Francisco.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
The final shot before the break. Watson. And the Niners get there and bring him down. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
Kaimi Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. Oh, good return up past the 30. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position.
At their own 36-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously, one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Garoppolo again. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Garoppolo to his tight end, Kittle, for a Niner first down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
They'll run with Coleman on first down, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. A case in point right there.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Back-to-back 2-yard losses, and that sets up a tough 3rd and 14. A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. And that is going to be incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And this Texans defense stands tall.
Well, Charles, glancing back to week 2 of the NFL, certainly there were a lot of great games. Unfortunately, though, it was a tough day for injuries across the league. And the team probably hit the hardest, the 49ers, losing Nick Bosa and Solomon Thomas for the season. They also had Jimmy Garoppolo, Raheem Mostert also leaving that game, but they were certainly not the only team affected.
And remember, they were already missing George Kittle, Deebo Samuel, right? Those guys didn't even play in that ball game. So this is a team. Richard Sherman, of course, is on IR. They've really struggled in the early going. How about the Giants? Losing the face of their team in Saquon Barkley. Looks like an ACL gone for the season. And Cortland Sutton also done for the season with an ACL with the Denver Broncos. Tough sledding right now. Remember, Drew Lock, the quarterback, also hurt his shoulder in the last ball game.
And then Christian McCaffrey, they're saying likely at least a month for him of being out with that high ankle sprain. I guess maybe, CD, this is a good year to have just that 3-week IR rather than the longer spell.
It certainly is, and when you can have guys who can return fast.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
Now on 4th down, they throw the deep ball, but it winds up to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Niners take over in terrific field position.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They hand it off to Mostert.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Taken down right.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
2nd and 10 here as we roll along in quarter number 3 from Santa Clara. Once again, it's Mostert.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Flushed out right. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion. Here's Mostert. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
14. There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Ball carrier. The tackle made at the 12-yard line. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 8. Garoppolo. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. George Kittle from Jimmy Garoppolo. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And an important one that is, as we are tied now early in this fourth quarter.
Robbie Gould to kick off fourth.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This will make it into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
First down, Texans.
On first down, it's Watson. Throw right side into the hands of Akins. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
First down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A shotgun snap for Watson. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 10 more there and another first down.
Johnson. It's a gain of 10. First down, Houston.
And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag. A full start backs him up 5. First and 15. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. D. Ford that time showing what he can do defensively. Credit him with a tackle for loss. Throwing on second and long. Watson, he's letting this one go for Fuller. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, and it's third down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long. Now a handoff, Johnson. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a fourth down. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down. Watson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 21 yards there. A big play on fourth down.
First down.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got it first and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. The first down carry here for Johnson. The pass rush specialist, D. Ford, in on the stop.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
3 brings up second and 7 at the 34-yard line.
Again, it's Johnson. And a short gain down to about the 33. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. This is caught. It's Cooks. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 18. First down Texans. Watson hooking up with Cooks.
All right, let's just put it on the table real quick here. This is 2-minute drill. You got to know they're looking for their number 1 receiver.
Yeah, you think they'd be ready for that? That time they weren't. On first down, it's Johnson, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
On the carry.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5.
Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
The false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on 2nd down. Now it's Watson. Screenplay, Johnson. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. Right now, you know that the heart is pumping for Kaimi Fairbairn. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Right now, you know that the heart is pumping for Kaimi Fairbairn.
A 29-yard attempt.
And it is good. He splits the uprights on the chip shot. And the Texans are going to win the football game. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Silicon Valley.